What if I tell you that there's a way to fix the cost system of HSR today? Because right now, the cost system isn't just confusing, it is contradicting itself. The system was supposed to be simple, a way to compare players in a game where spending and luck completely changes your power. Because without it, a clear is meaningless. A zero cycle run doesn't tell you anything. If one player is using ESID as vice everything and another is using whatever they scrap together. So the community created something called cost, right? A shared language, a way to say how expensive this run is. And for a while it worked, but over time something changed. Now you'll see things like free limited character being called zero cost, ESID standard characters being called zero cost, fully stacked teams labeled as fucking zero cost clear. And at that point, you're not measuring cost anymore. You're just redefining it to fit your own narrative. Because think about it. If everything is zero cost, then what exactly are we measuring here? And here's the truth that most people don't realize. The cost system didn't become inconsistent by accident. It became inconsistent because the community started using it to measure two completely different things at the same time. Originally, cost was about accessibility, not your account, not your luck, but the question, how easy is it for any player to get this team? And that's why limited character always counted. Eidolon counted, Lycons also counted because they are restricted resources. Not everyone has them, not everyone can get them. That is what made the system fair. But then the community shifted. Now people started asking a different question. How much did I actually, quote unquote, spend? And suddenly, free characters become zero cost. Standard characters, zero cost. Anything you didn't, quote unquote, pay for, zero cost. And this feels intuitive because from your perspective, it was free, right? But here's the problem. These two ideas are fundamentally incompatible. A free limited character is free to you but not accessible to everyone. An E6 standard character is technically free over time but realistically requires years or insane RNG. So when you try to compress both ideas into one number, you didn't get a better system, you got a broken one. And this is why the debate is getting louder now. Because modern Honkai Star Rail changes the environment. We now have more free limited characters, more stack accounts, more long-term players, so what used to be rare is now more common. And instead of updating the system properly, the community just stretched the definition until it stopped making sense. This is where things get dangerous, because zero cost used to mean something very specific. No limited investment, period. Now it can mean free limited characters, standard units, accounts built over years. So when someone says zero cost clear, what they are really trying to say is that this was zero cost for them. And that is not the same thing. And here's the part that nobody really talks about. The system didn't change logically, it changed psychologically. Because players don't just want to compare power. They want to feel efficient. They want to feel smart. They want to feel like they achieved something without spending. So calling something zero cost isn't just a description anymore. It's a statement, a form of validation. So now we have a system that is trying to measure fairness, trying to measure personal experience, and failing at both because it was never designed to do both at the same time. So how do we fix this? Not by arguing which definition is correct, but by accepting that both definitions are correct. They're just answering different questions. So instead of one cost system, we use two. The first one is going to be called theoretical cost, or TC. This is the original foundation, the original definition. Limited characters always count, eidolons count, lycons count, and free doesn't matter. This answers how restricted is this team. This is your fairness metric, the one you use to compare players. The second one is going to be acquisition cost, or AC. This is the player perspective. Only what you actually pull for counts. Free units are zero cost, standard units are also zero cost. This answers how expensive was this for me. This is your experience metric. Because now you don't have to argue anymore. Free limited characters should be zero cost. Yes, in AC, limited characters are always one cost. Also, yes, in TC. This zero cost clears is misleading. Now you can say it's 0 AC but 4 TC, and instantly everybody understands what's going on. Instead of saying 0 cost clear, you say 2 TC 0 AC, meaning the team used 2 limited units but the player didn't spend anything for them. It's consistent, and most importantly, it is honest. Overall, the cost system actually did not fail. It did exactly what it was designed to do, but the community changed the question from how fair is this to how does this make me look? And that's why it feels broken. So next time you see a zero cost clears, don't just accept it, question it, because the real question isn't is this zero cost? Is zero cost for who? For me? For you? For everyone? Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.